anything at this point in time. But from his point of view, he has to prepare for the season as if nothing's going to change. That's what Harry Kane has been doing, and that's what he will do with the season approaching on Sunday. So was it a farewell? Was he playing his final game? Has the bid been accepted? We're waiting to find out.
Well, let's get the Tottenham fans' perspective on this right now, because Lee McQueen from the Last Word On Spurs podcast joins us. Good morning to you, Lee. Great to see you. We don't believe, as a panel, that it was a farewell yesterday. What did you think?
Hi, Tom. Hi, panel. No, I don't think you can read into that. Everybody becomes body language experts, don't they, Tom, at this time, especially around Harry Kane. You just referenced 2 years ago with the Man City situation. I think Kane's camp, Charlie and Kane's camp have been very clever this time around. It is all on Daniel Levy now. Bayern have been very, very open in terms of wanting the player and doing all the tactics that they've been doing, shirts at press conferences and all sorts of stuff from their journalists. And I think the Kane camp now said, look, we're happy to stay. We're happy to do what's right for the club, and it's now over to Daniel Levy. And I just can't see how the fans are going to get on board with Daniel Levy selling Harry Kane. Just scored another 4 goals. I mean, this guy scored 30 goals in the Premier League last season. And, I mean, what could he do in this POSTECOGLOU team? I mean, you've all got to agree that we've had over 100 shots in three pre-season friendlies. I mean, this guy could go and score 35. I mean, he could surpass what Haaland done last season gone. So I think it's now down to Daniel Levy. Does he cash in or does he stand firm? And obviously, as you guys have been talking about, lose Harry for free potentially next year.
How happy have the fans been with his professionalism? He has kept quiet. He's been going about his business. And in fact, he's been as professional can be.
I completely agree. I think, that is one thing upon many that you get from Harry Kane. Complete professionalism, goes about his business. He does that at the end of every single game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, claps to the fans, goes round the pitch. There was no goodbyes. There was goodbyes a couple of seasons ago, again, with the Man City. It wasn't goodbyes. So I don't think you can read into that. He's been absolutely brilliant. And I think that I genuinely think he loves the club, like we know he loves the club. And I think that's one of the key things, really, is that it's a tough decision for him as well.
What do you think, in terms of the club, what people are saying is, well, why would you possibly let him go for free? Surely you need to get some money in right now. What do you think is best for the club right now to keep him for that year? Extra chance of getting into the Champions League with him, of course. But, again, the risk of losing him for free.
Well, I think that, as an emotional fan, I suppose, that's the second part to that question, Tom, is the bit that we worry about. He can go anywhere on a free. He can sign a pre-contract in 6 months' time. He can go anywhere to any other Premier League club at the end of the season on a free. Does he rock up to Chelsea and join up with Maurizio Pochettino, if he's still there, at that period of time? That would be a nightmare scenario for certainly for me and a lot of Tottenham fans. But I think when you look at the money, it's not our money. I know most fans would say that we pay for it because of the ticket prices and everything that's going on at the club from that side of things. But the reality is that is Harry Kane worth 100 million, I think he put another 20 million on his valuation yesterday. I know it was a pre-season friendly, but my word, I mean, if he's scoring 4 goals against a genuine Champions League side who've already started their season in Shakhtar Donetsk, what can he do in the Premier League and in the domestic cups that we're in this season? So I do think that for the club, he's the best player I've ever seen live at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at White Hart Lane. I think we've got to go all out to keep him, and you've got a year to try and convince him that we're going in the right direction. And there's only 3 trophies that we can go after. I'm not going to say win before I get ridiculed, but we can only go after 3 trophies this year. And Man City last year won 3 of them, right, out of the 4 that they could go after. So it's very, very tough to win trophies, as we know, and everybody labels Kane, you've got to go and win trophies. But actually, it's about being competitive and saying, have we got a chance? And I think the last couple of seasons, we haven't had a chance. And under Postecoglou, only time will tell, Tom, whether or not we have got a chance. And Harry Kane could cement himself. He's already a legend at Tottenham, but he could cement himself and do something different, Harry. Be a one-club man. Do something different to everybody else. Don't go and chase. Go and stay with Tottenham and help us try and win something and put that to bed that we don't win trophies.
Can you see that being any different this year, though? Because all of your previous managers will have said exactly the same thing to Harry Kane, albeit with longer left in his contract. Why would it be different this time?
It's a tough one. Again, it's hard to argue that question, Tom, to be fair. I mean, maybe what you could say is that we've had 101 plus shots on goal, 44 shots on target in 3 pre-season friendlies. We've got 70% possession on average. This is a completely different way of playing football, and it's only just started. James Maddison's absolutely outstanding signing for Tottenham Hotspur. Fits the mould perfectly well. So, we need reinforcements at the back, and that is for sure. And maybe bringing in Mickey van der Ven and some other reinforcements might convince Harry. But I agree, it's tough. Tottenham generally don't go after trophies. We want to, but we never do. Maybe it's different under POSTECOGLOU, but we can't answer that question now. Only maybe after February, and then, of course, at the end of the season.
Lee, I've got a feeling we're going to be talking about this all the way until deadline day. Thanks very much, Lee. Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Tottenham in talks, of course, very much in advanced talks with Mickey van der Ven, who was at the game yesterday. A defender, looks like, is on his way to Tottenham. Right.